Hello, welcome back, or welcome to my hardcore attempts. Not really sure how well these will go, but here we are on attempt 2. I am turning off pillager patrols and phantoms since I'm not sure when I will see a bed, and I don't really like dealing with patrols. Since the startup of Minecraft Worlds can be kind of repetitive, since most people, if not all, already know the process, I'll just speed through most of that footage, and I'll pop in occasionally when something of at least some note happens. Alright, here we go into speed up time. Here is the first stone mined. Here is the first stone pickaxe made and the first coal mined. Here we have a little bit of a scare. There's also the first iron. The first mob kill. Here is the end of the first day survived for this hardcore attempt. Here we have the ruined portal that we find. Making the way up to the portal, opening that chest that comes with it. We get our first piece of armor, which is also enchanted, luckily. Here we have the end of the second day of hardcore. Here is a sunken ship. Diving down and opening up the chest, we find that there's paper, books, and buried treasure map. I decide to leave pink dye behind because not much room in the inventory and I can easily find pink dye later. Here we come across the first village. At first, I thought I was going to stay around here. It won't be until a while later that I decide to move on. However, in the meantime, please enjoy the sped up footage of villager trading and general carnage in the town I decided to make mine. Here's the little base camp area. Again, at this point, I didn't realize that I was going to be moving on from this village. Here is the end of day 3 of hardcore. Here's the end of day 4. It was at this time, realizing that I needed more iron in order to craft a smelter for a villager, that I decided to move on from this place and try to find a different spot. Here we find out that we in fact went in a large circle earlier. Over there's the village, and over here is that ruined portal way earlier that we got the leggings from. Just to double check that it is in fact the same portal and not just weird world generation, here I am going over, making that climb up, and checking the chest to make sure it's empty. Here's the end of day 5. Over here, you can see in the distance rising up another village for me to plunder and ransack. I do not really care for the grass color in the savanna biome, so I am not going to be staying for too long. Here is the end of day 6. Here we find a small jungle-like area. I do like the color here, so I decided this is where I'm going to set up my starting area. I'm gonna clear out a little bit, light it up a small amount before I log off, since at this point I am getting kinda tired. Decided that's good enough for now, so thank you so much for watching, and hope to catch you next time for part 2 of World 2.